Born in Washington, D.C. in 1899, Edward Kennedy Ellington began studying piano when he was just 7 years old. Ellington's childhood friends gave him the noble nickname Duke because of his elegant and flashy sense of style. He studied the arts while in high school, even earning but not accepting a scholarship to the Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, New York. He gave up the fine arts in favor of a musical career. By 1919, Duke performed in a small band called the Washingtonians. In the early 1920s, they moved to New York City. His group performed in Broadway nightclubs, and in time, the sextet grew into a 10 and then 15-piece ensemble. From 1927 to 1931, Ellington's band became the house band at the exclusive Cotton Club, which catered to white patrons only. The Cotton Club was the hotspot during its heyday. Live radio broadcasts from the club brought the band its first taste of real fame. Under Ellington's control, the band's popularity exploded. Ellington's band left the Cotton Club and became one of the most popular bands of the 1930s. Musical numbers include Mood Indigo and It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing.
He also wrote pieces like Mood Indigo, which were pop hits on the jukebox in their day and very good sellers. But then Ellington would go back and do what some music historians call retossing the salad. He would take that same piece and now score it for an extended concert venue.
The band went through a few changes at the end of the 1930s, eventually developing a lighter, freer rhythm. Billy Strayhorn joined the group and composed what would become Ellington's signature song, Take the A-Train. After World War II, the music industry experienced a revolution. The expensive big bands of the pre-war era were shunned, and the industry concentrated on singers who fronted.
There were periods during the Depression and then during the early 50s when the band was hardly working, and he would come out of his own pocket because he knew that as a composer he needed to hear his own music night after night.
In 1956, the Duke Ellington Orchestra was invited to the Newport Jazz Festival in Rhode Island. At first, the band's performance wasn't very well received by the audience, but when they played their last number, the audience went wild. This performance and the album that followed reignited the Duke Ellington Orchestra. Ellington received countless honors and awards, including 16 honorary doctorates, the President's Gold Medal from Lyndon Johnson, the Medal of Freedom from Richard Nixon, and the French Legion of Honor. He also has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and 13 Grammys, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1966.
Miles Davis said that as a jazz musician, he and all of his brothers and sisters in the music should just bow down every day and thank Duke Ellington for being part of this world.
The tributes continued after Ellington's death in 1974. Stevie Wonder wrote and recorded the song Sir Duke in Ellington's honor. And in 1986, the U.S. Post Office issued a commemorative stamp. In 2008, Ellington beat out Frederick Douglass and Benjamin Banneker as the emblematic image to appear on the District of Columbia's quarter in 2009.
Duke Ellington was one of the greatest musicians that ever lived. What he gave music, nobody had ever done it before or after.